Okay, guys, we'll start. Myself, Srina. I have 12 plus years of experience in IT. Most of my career deals with advanced analytics and data science project. I'll be your trainer for this data science and Gen AI combination part. Okay, guys, we'll start the session. So my voice is audible, right? Please confirm. Okay, so chalo, we'll start. So what is data science? So before answering that questions, first we need to understand what is data, why it is important, who is generating that much of data, and what is data analytics, and what is data analysis. In data analytics, we will have advanced data analytics, that predictive modeling, then data science part will come. So once we start machine learning, we mention that as a part of data science. So we'll see first what is data and why it is that much important. So what is data and why it is important? So if someone asks you what is data, so we can say that data is nothing but a record of the measurement. Data is nothing but recorded measurement is called data. So inside the data we have variables. So variables is characterized by any entity being studied that is capable of taking values. For example, x equal to 10, x equal to 20 will define the variables, right? So then what is measurement? Measurement is nothing but a standard process used to assign a number to a particular attribute is called measurement. So now combination of variables and measurements are called as a data. Now combinations of variables and measurements are called as a data. Data is nothing but data or recorded measurements. For example, x equal to 5. Now x is variable, my 5 is my measurement. If 5 is the data and equal to is my measurement. So I'm assigning a 5 to x. Okay? This is nothing but a data. Like what is generating so much of data? So as a humans, we are generating so much of data. Machines are generating human machines combinations, any information that is generated, stored in structured or unstructured format. As a humans, we are generating data, for example, the social media, we use gadgets and all that thing, right? We are generating so much of data. So the the machines, electronic machines, so these IoT devices are generating so much of data. The human and machine combination. So gadgets and all that thing, right? We measure like our health and all that thing, right? So there we are medical devices. Where human and machine combination, we are generating so much of data. So any information is gathered and stored in a structured or unstructured format is known as a data. So structured and unstructured format, so we'll see in coming classes. So now why data is important? So nowadays we say data is nothing but a new fuel. Data is that much important. Because of that only, so our latest trends are happening. So because of so we are generating so much of data, that's the reason LLMs or Gen AI or like IoTs, latest things are happening because we have so much of data. So how the business is using this data, how data adds value to the business. So for example, consider Amazon website. So Amazon founder or the Amazon team stores our entire data in data warehouse. Okay, and that stores the entire data in a data warehouse where they stores user information, user buying pattern, or user last 50 transactions or orders. They categorize what are the top five products, top 10 products, what are the combination products he's ordering, and in which segment he is interested. Like that, everything is stored. By using this data, now they will develop a data products, algorithm solutions in a product and marketing in sales. Example recommendation engine. So by using this data, they will develop a recommend already doing this, they will develop a recommendation engine. For example, once you open your Amazon cart, right? So once you add any product to the cart, they will recommend some products specifically. So if you buy some mobile, they will recommend some mobile case or tamper glass, right? So if you buy appearance, like if you buy a shirt, they will give you recommendations, matching pant or matching gadgets, or something like that. So if you buy some groceries, if you add a bread to your cart, they will recommend cheese, butter, honey, jam, right? So these are like recommendation engine they'll make. So by this, they are using the data from the warehouse. So the second part is data driven insights. Okay, data driven insights. Okay, they want to predict something. So the summer, like this is summer, right? So they want to predict like how many ACs they can sell in this summer. So how they'll predict? So they'll check how many they have sold in last to last year, in particular month, in particular day. So what is the trend? Based on that, they might predict, okay, next year by May, I need to arrange so and so much, like some number of ACs. So because I may predict that I can sell this number of ACs. They want to predict. For example, there is a big billion day or Amazon festival. So they want to first they'll make a prediction. So how many mobiles are sold in last year? Such a way that they'll plan their stock, they plan their inventory. Okay. And the second pattern is basically consider a warehouse. It is a big warehouse. They want to store. So how the quick commerce, right? So nowadays we have Zepto, Instamart, and all those uh, applications, right? They'll deliver the products within 10 minutes, right? Within 10 minutes. So They use data driven insights. So how they'll use? Okay, consider a Zepto warehouse cloud storage. So they will arrange the orders such a way that they do some recommendation. So that based on data driven. For example, if I order a milk, so 90% of probability that I might order eggs or jam or some butter. So they will keep these two products aside. So in one rack or nearby. So if I add some vegetables, if I add carrot to my cart, there is a chance of I might add apple, beets. So they'll arrange this vegetables or this order, this pattern in one rack. So if I add a milk, I there is a chance of adding a curd. There is a chance of adding eggs, right? So they will arrange this order, this items in one place. So this is nothing but data driven insights. So by first they'll check, okay, which two products are going together. So from that they'll see maximum times. So this maximum times these two products are going together in an industry. So this they will pick these two products and they will arrange side by side. So because they use this formula, so associating rule or recommendation. So because of this thing, they are able to pack your products within 5 minutes of time and then deliver these products in within less than 5 minutes of time. For example, they are not using data driven decisions. So they have a warehouse. So they arrange same like a supermarket pattern. So I order one product. So I order milk and butter or milk and carrot. So milk, okay. The one who picks the product, right, enters into the supermarket. So at his left side he saw milk. He picked that milk for me, and he has to walk through the end of the supermarket to get the vegetables. So the meantime for picking the milk and picking the vegetables, the distance is considered. So in a time, so it's almost 4.5 minutes he took. He has to walk from this end to that end. And after walking, reaching there, right, he has to pick the vegetables, he has to pack, and he has to come out. So it took almost 10 minutes of time to pick the products only. So he has to deliver the products to me. More 10 minutes. So it's almost 20 minutes, right? So they solved this problem by using data driven insights. So by this, data makes us to make better decisions. So it able to improve my performance. Okay. So now we know like what is data, how they are storing my data, how they are using the data. So now what is data analytics? So what is data analytics? And what is why data analytics is important? By the way, guys, this is not related to data analytics or data analysis class. It is a data science demo only. But I want to mention it from the scratch. From first, we'll discuss about data, then what is data analysis, then data analytics, then data science. In that, we'll discuss machine learning, deep learning. What are the difference between machine learning and deep learning? What are the limitations of machine learning? What are the limitations of deep learning? Then we move our steps towards Gen AI. In Gen AI, large language models like ChatGPT. Then we'll see other Gen AI models for images. Okay. So now what is data analytics? So data analytics is a scientific process of transforming the data for making better decisions. So whatever we have seen here, recommendation engine, this is a form of data analytics. So now what is data analytics? It is a scientific process of transforming data into insights. If I say scientific process, in scientific process, what we are using? In scientific process, we use probability. In scientific process, we use machine learning, we use statistics, we use math, linear algebra. So that is a scientific process. So data analytics is a scientific process of transforming the data into a meaningful insights. Okay. The scientific process of transforming data into meaningful insights to make better decisions. Why analytics is important? So developing new medicines, determining credit risk, preventing the fraud, uncovering cyber threats, retaining the most valuable customers, finding more effective and efficient way to deliver the products and service. So developing a new medicines. So in data, so developing a new medicines means so they use different scientific process, the correlation techniques and all that thing. They will use stats, they will use maths, they will use deep learning and all that thing. So they try to develop a new drug in medical field also extensively. This Gen AI and deep learning and machine learnings are used because to they try to create the simulations and they try to check the combinations. So for us as a human, right? So we might have a limited computation power, but the machines there is no limitations, right? They try to check multiple million combinations with a million inputs in medical in developing in new medicines. So in determining a credit risk, so in determining the credit risk, for example, you applied for a loan. Immediately, the bank people will try to check the CIBIL score and that they'll check how many times you applied for the loan, how many times it got rejected, what is your salary, what is your CIBIL score. They'll check different criteria. For everything, they'll give some marks. Okay. For example, last 2 months you applied for a loan. You didn't apply, you pass. You applied, you will fail. So like that, they'll keep some checks manually. Okay. Then after applying each and every check, they'll come up with one number, pass or fail. Okay. Like accept or reject. So that is a manual thing, right? So now how we can automate? So that is nothing but determining the credit risk. So automating the process of loan acceptance or rejections. Automating the process of credit card acceptance or rejections. Okay, so they use scientific process over there. So preventing frauds. So for example, you use credit card and so what you did, you did it, you generally you do a transaction of 3,000 to 5,000. So by suddenly you did a transaction of 50,000. So sometimes there is a chance the transaction will be successful, but but transaction will be kept on hold to check the underlying pattern of threats, or immediately you'll get a call. So and so you did a transaction. Is it you? Or like you can block this number like that. So immediately, so that is in that case also preventing frauds. Also we use data analytics, uncovering cyber threats. So and retaining the most valuable customer. So for example, you are retain the most valuable customers. For example, we use a Mintra website, right? For example, for every Dasara, Diwali, we use like for example, we do shopping over there. So in that site, we do shopping of like 10,000 to 20,000 every year. So the Mintra people, so and suddenly they found that you didn't do any shopping this year. So now they want to track the most valuable customers and they want to send some special discounts. So like flat 20%, flat 50%, flat 30%. That will be an example of retaining the most valuable customers and finding more effective and efficient way to deliver the products and service. So just now we discussed, right, how this quick commerce are able to deliver the products within 10 minutes. So they use effective and efficient way scientific process. So this is what about data analytics. So now what is so after this slide. So do you have any doubts? So now what is data analysis? So analysis is different, analytics is different. So data analysis is process of examining and transforming and arranging the raw data into a specific way of to generate a useful information. So data analysis, so only it is a process of transforming and arranging a raw data. So in data analysis, so we have some raw data and we want to arrange that raw data as an Excel sheet. So we do data analysis in Excel. So we open an Excel and we'll see, for example, consider some grocery or supermarket information. So you open and you sort that the sales column. You'll see what are highest sales, lowest sales, top 10 customers, top 20 customers will analyze, right? So we use BI tools. So as Power BI, so we use data analysis, ClickView, we do data analysis, Tableau, we do data analysis, right? So data analysis is nothing but studying the past, like how it was happened. So BI reporting, right? In BI reporting, we create dashboards, we'll create visualizations. There we have past data. What happened in my last month? What is my last month sales? What are my last month insights? So we visualize that in a BI tool is nothing but studying past like how it was happened. But in data analytics, studying about what will happen in the future. So applying some predictive models on my past data. So the predictive models might be, so what will be my gold price in next month? I'm predicting the gold price based on my past data. What will be my tomatoes price in next month? I'm predicting the tomatoes price based on past data. So you consider anything, predicting the flat price, predicting something, predicting based on my past data. So if I mention past data, data analysis, if I mention future, predictive modeling and all that thing, data analytics. So what it was happened, qualitative, what it was going to happen, quantitative, formulas and algorithm. In qualitative, we have only intuition plus analysis. In qualitative, we have formula. For everything, we have formula and we have algorithms are built on top of that. The qualitative explains how and why story ends this way. Data analytics, how the sales decrease over the last month. So now we are pretty sure what is data, what is data analytics, what is data analysis, right? So now we come to the variable. In variables, we have qualitative variables, we have quantitative variables, we have qualitative variables, we have continuous variables, we have discrete variables. Just want to skip this. So now we are sure that what is the difference between data analytics and data analysis. Now we will start the actual core concepts, what like we are going to learn. So in data analytics, we have descriptive data analytics, diagnostic data analytics, predictive, prescriptive. So in descriptive analytics, we'll see here reports, data visualization, dashboards. So descriptive data analytics will provide as a summary of the data. So it converts the raw data into visualizations. Okay, descriptive analytics will convert the raw data. So now we have diagnostic analytics. So now in this form, basically, so this is an advanced analytics which examines the data, basically root cause analysis, explains why things are happened. So for example, if in last month my sales are down, like then I need to do a root cause analysis. Why it was happened means it examines the data and converts the data to an answer. So why things are happened like that. So in data mining and in data discovery, this will use. So now the predictive modeling or predictive analytics. So in predictive analytics, it helps us to forecast the trends based on the current trends or past data. So I want to predict the sales. I want to predict the gold price. I want to forecast my sales. I want to predict the some numbers. So with the help of this predictive analytics, so it will use a probability and machine learning combinations. So based on historical data, an assumption, static business plans or models. So the predictive modeling will tell us you what likely to happen. So you want to predict something, you want to predict forecast. Now you'll use a predictive modeling. Now we have prescriptive modeling as well, prescriptive analytics. So here, so what to do next? So in prescriptive analytics, right, it tells what decision I need to make to optimize. So for example, I'm running a business or consider we are running an hospital. So we have staff, we have beds, we have doctors, we have emergency, we have ambulance, medical store, like n number of services we provide. Example. So now I want to reduce the maintenance cost. What should I do? The client is asking this question. For that, I need to do descriptive, diagnostic, predictive. Then I will say, take this, make take like do this thing to optimize so and so output. Do this thing to optimize your running cost. Do this thing to optimize your cost. So we have to say, so quality improvement. So someone is manufacturing some product and he wants us to say, how can I improve my quality of the products? So what combination I need to do? So quality of products, like what I need to do to improve the quality. So increasing the productivity. So there is a manufacturing plant and the client is a manufacturing plant. He's asking us what decision I need to take to increase the productivity. So based on a current data analytics, predefine future plans, goals and objective will prescribe the advanced algorithm to test potential outcomes of each decisions and recommendation that best course of action. So by using prescriptive analytics, we take decision analytics. So okay, if I want to, so the client is into a real estate. So he wants a decision from us. So he wants an advice from us. Should I invest in that area? Should I invest in this segment or not? So he is into finance, he is into stocks. So he's asking, should I capture that stock or not? Should I invest over there or not? So we want to prescribe. So how we do? We use an advanced algorithms. First, will do descriptive analytics, then we'll do diagnostic, and we'll do prescriptive. In this segment only, we use machine learning models, we use probabilities, we use deep learning models, we use math. So now we know what is data, how we store data, how we measure the data, why data is important, by using data, what we can do in terms of application side, in terms of business side, then what is data analytics. So we have seen different types of data analytics. So this third part, predictive. From here, in order to implement predictive modeling, we have to use machine learning. Means data. So data science part will start from here. So this descriptive, we can do that in Excel or BI tools. In diagnostic, why the sales are down, we can do root cause analysis. We can use some stats and all that thing. In predictive, here the actual machine learning will start. So now we are going to start our session. So what is machine learning? So inside data science only, what is machine learning? So inside data science only, so for example, what is data science? So data science is a combination of machine learning, deep learning, some BI tools. So this all come under an umbrella of an AI. Okay. First we'll start from machine learning. So what is machine learning? So machine learning is a data science technique used to find the pattern from the data. So data science is a machine learning technique used to find the pattern from the data. The pattern, that word is important. So for example, you want to predict something. So the pattern word is like so the Amazon website, right? They want to send some gift voucher to you or discount to you. So before sending this discount, right, they'll try to check the pattern. So what will be the pattern? So first you log in. Immediately after the login, you go to gadgets, you search for electronics. Then you go to gadgets section and you will try to browse and you will select some headset or any latest gadget and immediately you come to cart, okay, and you do payment. So this is a pattern everyone is doing. So they want to observe this pattern. So first they'll do electronics, immediately they'll come to one page. So now they want to change something over this page. So someone selects discount electronics, so they have to redirect to one page. In that page on the top they want to show top discount products. So that pattern they want to see. And the second pattern is basically so predicting the gold price. So in order to predict the gold price, we have to check multiple patterns. So first pattern is so whether is there any war in like foreign countries. So that will be a pattern. So if there any war, the gold price might increase. So there is a hidden pattern. There is any forex like reserves are increased or decreased. Whether there is any festival or occasion. So like we have to observe different pattern, we can make a decision. And the third example, the what we do generally. So if I want to travel from Secunderabad to high tech city, for example. So each and every like everyone will use Google Maps, and each and everyone will see the map and they'll drive. So here there is a pattern. Everyone is following this pattern. Immediately there is a traffic jam between in Madha, for example, or in Panjagutta. So immediately the algorithm will try to suggest new route, right? Because there is a pattern. So because it has seen lot of patterns in this area, footfall or traffic congestion, immediately it try to advise. So how this it will happen? It will try to find the pattern. So in coming class we'll see more clearly. So now what is machine learning? So machine learning is a data science test technique used to extract the pattern from the data and allow the computer to identify related data and forecast the future outcome. So now how machine learning is different from traditional programming. How machine learning is different from traditional programming. So in traditional programming, we'll pass the rules, we'll pass the data, and we'll get an answer. For example, consider there it might be some program you have written and you give some set of rules, right? If this happens, then go to this. If then else like that. And you pass the data and rules to the program and that will give you an answer. Then what about machine learning? You will give data and answer. The machine learning will think about the rules. So this traditional programming take the current data and we need to come up with rules like how to use the data and limitations of traditional programming. We might not come up with the best rule. In machine learning, we have historical data and we have an answer. We let the algorithm to explore the relationship between the data and answer to come out with the rules. So, for example, we have a data and answer. So I have a data. I have a last 6 months of data. I have an answer. Answer will be like today's gold price. Now I'll ask a machine learning. Okay, come up with some rules in order to predict some next month gold price. So the modern AI end to end, like so now we'll talk about practical implementation. Okay, so we have an input as an image. This one input as an image. So then we have observed some information here. So there is a car, there are two cars, and it is somewhat skewed towards the right side, and there are some trees. And for example, someone is crossing. We observed some information, and there are some red lights or some green lights. And for example, suppose there is a car, should I apply brake or when should I apply brake? How much pressure I need to apply? Should I decrease? For example, I'm driving in fifth gear. Should I come to second gear and then I should press my brake or I need to press the clutch or I need to slow down or immediately I have to stop. So this much of information is running in our brain while we are driving. We'll see left side, we'll see right side, we'll see front. So is there any vehicle? What is the distance? When should I apply brake? Our subconscious mind will do it automatically, right? While driving. For example, while talking, so we are driving and we are talking. So both activities we can do. So now how can I pass this much of information or how can I train a model to do this? So now we have a Tesla cars, right? Autonomous cars. So how the autonomous cars will work? So that is nothing but a magic happens. So that magic is nothing but whatever we are learning. So red, there is a signal, immediately we have to stop. So that sense, right? That intelligence we have to give to a system. We have to give to a model so that it will stop immediately. So in technical aspect, this is street image. This features of driving, and that is an action. So for example, suppose I'm driving. So this is my street view. For example, I'm driving. There is a car in front of us. So now there is a sensor. It has to identify the edges of the front car. Then, after taking the edges, it has to check the distance from my car to the front car, like what is the distance. Then, how much pressure I need to apply in order to slow down or in order to stop. So, this much of information is processing. So, features, so how the system will see the image if the car, so there is a car in front of, right, in front view. So how the system will see? The system will try to find the edges. Based on that edges, it's try to take the decision. So now what type of problem we are going to solve? So for example, a price discovery problem. Suppose we want to buy an apple and banana, and I buy two apples and three bananas. And what is the cost? Then I'll convert that into a mathematical equation. 2 apples plus 3 bananas equal to 8. A plus 3b equal to 8. So now A equal to apple, B equal to banana. Second time I buy 10 apples and 1 banana. Then if you transform that thing, 10A plus 1B equal to 13. So now we need to solve this equation, right, in order to get the individual price. So sometimes it is very difficult to solve these equations by hand. So now we have only two products. So for example, what about if we have 50 products and we have to discover the price, right? The the complex the problem it's become, so we are limited. So the machines are not limited, they can perform the task. So that's the reason we take the help of machine learning models. Okay, guys, we'll continue this session tomorrow. So we'll continue from here. Okay, do you have any doubts? If you don't have any doubts, we'll see you tomorrow. Thank you.